Yeah, and that's why I go back to when you asked me the question about what makes you uncomfortable. Oh, what happened now?
I think what the Australians are saying is, how many more times are you going to put away, Kev? And Kev's saying, well, there's a lot of people moving, a lot of stuff blowing around, and there's a bit of rancour out there.
Yeah, well, he does it a lot, Kevin Peterson. That's at least 3 I can remember in this innings alone. And if he spots anything that is putting him off, he backs away. And that's annoying for Mitchell Johnson, who's tearing in. And then I'd say that's just a slight bent arm.
That's toys out the cot. Here we go. Mitchell Johnson has got the ump on now. I think they said, OK, that's 4 or 5 times now in the space of half an hour. It's got windy. There's bags flying around. There's people moving. But Mitchell Johnson's going to crank this up. This could be the quickest one of the match.
Beautiful stroke from Peterson.
Oh, he's fired up, Mitch. He's got to settle down here. He's really got to settle down. He keeps looking back at the sight screen and saying, look how wide it is, mate. What are you doing pulling away? And KP will always stand his ground. So the spice of the series continues. It's good stuff. I love this. But Mitch has just got to not let it go into, or go beyond where he's gone now.
So is this good for KP? Does this fire KP up, or is he one you want to leave alone?
This will fire KP up. We've got to be careful here with KP. It's all right to let him know you're in a contest, but just be careful not to really make him concentrate and not do anything silly. I tell you who might wear the brunt of it, Johnny Bairstow. He might have to be careful. They're all just toing and froing. I think it's good. KP feels like he's in the contest now.
Short leg put in.
He's just taking control of the game, Kevin Peterson, isn't he? He's helping the umpire out, put the bails back on, which is all cool. Just helping. There's another bag coming across the pitch. It's a little bit of frustration for everyone. I think Bairstow's going to really wear the brunt of Mitchell Johnson here.
KP's off again.
Tell you what, if one of those bags just come across the pitch now.
Here we go. Short legs got in. Played.
So the crowd are into it, the players are into it. Mitchell Johnson trying to find that pace, 145. He hasn't strayed too far throughout the series. KP is seeing the funny side, but engaged in this innings. 40 from 67, could be a match-winning innings.
Quite like a test match between Australia and England.
Oh, he's got him. Oh, he's gone over. I think the captain's come in and the captain's saying, you mind your end. The ground. What? What?
That's going to hurt. He's a tough customer, Virat Kohli.
Rohit Sharma had a mighty go there at Mitch Johnson.
Immediately, Mitchell Johnson hands his cap to the umpire. 79 overs have been bowled.
Still, the chatter continues. There's been plenty of it in this game. Shane Watson and Joe Root going at it there. Not sure over what.
So over 79, well, over number 80, this one will be, and it will be Mitchell Johnson to bowl it. So even though a new ball is not due until after this over, the fact that Jimmy Anderson's on strike means that Johnson's going to bowl it. And the fact that Johnson's going around the wicket, this could be nasty. And Jimmy Anderson knows it. There's a few words being exchanged between him and George Bailey.
And Michael Clark striding up. And the umpires are getting involved, so it's on. at the middle of the Gabba at the moment.
Get ready for a broken fucking ass.
Crikey, give him a set of handbags.
It's all getting a little bit nasty, isn't it, towards the end here? There's probably no need from either side's point of view, really. Australia, 388 in front. Jimmy Anderson's not happy about some things that have been said. I don't know if it's from Johnson or from George Bailey, but he was certainly exchanging words with Bailey.
I wouldn't say so much if I were George Bailey.
Righto, what have we got here? We've got a back pad, a man on the offside for a catch. 2 leg gullies and 4 slips. That's what we've got. No one is saving runs. They're all there for a catch. Johnson around the wicket. Flicks it fine. Straight to Nathan Lyon. Well, we know that Jimmy Anderson wasn't happy with a few things a moment ago, and now Michael Clark's not either. It may have been something that Anderson has said to George Bailey. I can't really work it all out, but Michael Clark made a point of going over and talk to Jimmy Anderson. As you say, David Lloyd, there's no love lost there.
Well, they've had a go at each other, and yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
So, once again, it's very hard to get a bowled or an LBW decision. Obviously looking for a catch in the slips to one of those men around the leg side. Here we go. It's up in the air. This will be it. Johnson will get it. Caught and bowled Johnson. Ends the test match. Australia 1-0 up in the series. And the celebrations begin for the Aussies. Got him. Where's that got him? Now Mitchell Johnson's gone straight up. Doesn't seem to be anything more than that. He was batting out of his crease, to be fair to Mitchell Johnson, although you never like to see that sort of stuff. But he does bat out of his crease, goes forward to Johnson. And to be fair to Mitchell Johnson, he's taken a step there. Johnson thinks he's a chance of running him out. Now, I'm sure he didn't mean to hit him, and he went straight up to him and apologised.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark Taylor. G'day, Michael Clark. G'day, everyone. The ball was actually on line, hit the stumps.
That's what I talk about. When you talk about an individual scoring a lot of runs, you cannot do it without your partner. Partnership is the most important part of batting.
They're the edge, and there's no one there. Sky in the gap. Probably about 4th slip. Only 2 men in there with this second new ball, and that was certainly catchable height in the gap. And there's a bit going on out in the middle too now. with Virat Kohli and Mitchell Johnson. I think Virat Kohli's just having a little word, and it goes back to the throw that hit him to start the over.
Yep, 100%. As soon as that ball was clear and not going to a fielder, he was straight up to Mitchell Johnson too and just stood there and had a word. The umpire's now stepping in. Just a bit fired up the throw hit him. He was just, and you could just sense there was something about to happen. And the edge went through the vacant. He only had 2 slips in there, Steve Smith, with his second new ball. He had a cover. Look, straight away he said something to Mitchell Johnson. Can't lip read, so I can't let you know what it is, but you can get the general gist, I reckon. He wasn't saying good morning.
There's no doubt that Virat Kohli was upset by that first throw, and that's fair enough. But as we were saying at the time, 1,000 here, the ground all of a sudden it's very quiet for the last hour. Now there's a bit of a buzz around the ground.
Yeah, the next few overs is going to be extremely interesting with Mitchell Johnson. That might just crank his pace up a little bit. Virat Kohli wants to get on top as well. I think the next few overs with this second new ball are going to be very interesting. Looks quite angry there, Virat.
That's Richard Kettlebury, the umpire. He's just trying to settle Virat Kohli down.